Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining me here today so that we can discuss American Pie. So this movie follows a group of young guys who are about to transition into college life. They're about to kind of start to drift apart and begin their truly adult lives, making big decisions, big changes. And they decide one big change that they have to they have to engage in before they go on to college is to lose their virginity. And so they all come up with their different plans. One of them tries like a smooth romantic approach. One of the others decides he wants to kind of, as the infamous scene goes, put his unit into some baked goods. So, everybody has their little plan, and the movie just kind of follows as those plans are laid out and go wildly wrong. And then, how everything wraps up at the end. That's pretty much the story here of American Pie. It's not a really complex storyline. So American Pie kind of kickstarted a return to like Porky style sex comedies. When it was released, this movie has countless sequels. Not all of them involve this original cast, but there's like tons of American Pie sequels. But this one to me is still the best out of the entire series. It just got everything right. You could tell that the people who made it were like fans of the old school, like 80s, over the top, outlandish comedies. This pretty much goes from start to finish. It's just one, kind of outlandish scene after another here. They get, progressively wilder. But I like it because it does have some heart and the humor does work. It's not just, it is pretty wild at times, but it doesn't it's not wild just for the sake of being wild. Like there's actually some heart and some character work behind it. And that's further fleshed out, of course, with the sequels. But I just feel like here they do a great job of establishing the characters. I think the cast is great. And there's there's so many characters that it doesn't, linger on any one particular couple or person for very long. So it never feels boring or dragged down. But I think the humor works. I think it's actually held up pretty well. I know at least in 2025, kind of art's moving away from this kind of direction into more of like a puritanical direction. But I still appreciate these, bawdy comedies. I think American Pie is still really funny. It's still a really funny movie and a really fun movie to watch. Again, I think the cast is great. Eugene Levy is like God tier here as the dad who's incredibly out of his element, but does his absolute best to help. And it's just like in the most awkward ways possible. Shannon Elizabeth, an iconic role as Nadia, the foreign exchange student. But I just think this is a really fun movie. Is it like life-changing or some, deep bit of pop culture? No, but it did kickstart a big movement into movies of these kind being popular again. So I do think it has a little bit of cinematic historical value too. But in the end, I think American Pie is just a really funny movie that's held up pretty well and has some kind of outlandish, iconic scenes. But anyway, that's my review for American Pie. If you want to check out more, I've got tons of movie reviews right here on YouTube, plus taste tests, live streams, TV show reviews, all that kind of stuff. But thanks for watching this video. I do greatly appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you soon.